round 2 of the World Rally Championship. The only true snow event of the season, the Swedish Rally. Crews are racing on ice and snow. Thanks to the grip given by studded tyres, this rally is one of the fastest. The teams have headed north from Monte Carlo to the town of Karlstad, 300 kilometres west of the nation's capital, Stockholm. The winner of round 1 was Sebastian Loeb. He has no real pedigree on the snow, but he's proved before that he's a quick learner.
Swedish rally is completely different from Monte Carlo, but and we are first on the road again. But I think for the moment the conditions are not too bad for me.
The title of the Iceman must belong to Marcus Gronholm. He's won here in 3 of the last 4 years for Peugeot.
Marcus, you've dominated the Swedish rally for the last few years now. Can you win again this year?
I hope so. We have a completely new car now. Really difficult to say if we can do it, but I hope.
World champion Petter Solberg is from just over the border in Norway. His best finish here is only 6th, but he's in typically confident mood.
You think you're good enough this year to beat Marcus Gronholm?
I hope so.
He's going to be very, very fast.
Yeah, I think so.
You're going to be faster?
I think so.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, no non-Scandinavian has ever won here. Spaniard Carlos Sainz has come close. He's been second on 4 occasions.
It is difficult rally for sure. Not so easy to beat the Scandinavian drivers here, but you always, before the rally, try to think that it's possible.
The Ford team will arrive in buoyant mood after their 2nd and 3rd in Monte Carlo. Their challenge is led by Estonia's Marco Martin. Mitsubishi will hope to build on their solid start in the opening round. Gilles Panizzi and Christian Solberg make up their team. So here's a reminder of the standings going into round 2. Loeb's win in Monte Carlo putting him out in front of Marco Martin. In the Manufacturers' Championship, all 5 teams have already got off the mark, with Ford leading the way. The stages are all north of Karlstad, with the service park at Hagfors. There are 19 stages in all, with 5 on the opening day. That's followed by the busiest with 8 stages, leaving the final 6 for Sunday. Overall, there are nearly 400 kilometres of competitive action.
3 days ago, classic conditions for the Swedish rally. But there's been a thaw, leaving a mixture of sheet ice and exposed gravel. Whatever the weather, it won't be easy. Just look what happened to Manfred Stoll during practice in shakedown. Rally over before it had begun. And the danger's not restricted to the stages, as Petter Solberg found out when a member of the public got in the way.
What the hell did he do that for? He was stopping!
But no serious harm for Solberg as he and the crews get to the start the following morning. With Monte Carlo winner Sebastian Loeb first onto the stage. The lack of fresh snow is good news for him. He's cutting into the ice rather than being tasked with snow ploughing duties.
Didn't want to make a mistake in the first stage, so drive a little bit carefully, and you know, without gravel crew you are not really sure what happens, and it's difficult.
All the drivers are having to cope with a change in the regulations banning the use of gravel crews. Ice King Martin Marcus Grönholm had his debut victory here in Sweden, and it was a maiden win for the Peugeot 206. How he and the team would love to repeat the feat with a maiden win here for the 307.
Ja pitkä nyppy
Grönholm's looking quick here, but can he go faster than Sebastian Loeb?
Maali.
The answer an emphatic yes, he's 6 seconds faster.
Kyllä mä vähän veikkaan näin.
How was the first stage? Oh, it was not bad, but quite slippery, very slippery.
Now, Petter Solberg has never been at his best on snow, but he's been having specialist tuition from former teammate and 3 times winner in Sweden, Tommy Mäkinen. Whether or not he's learnt enough to take Mäkinen's mantle remains to be seen. But he's certainly not short of support.
Next to long crest,
On to stage 2, and Solberg's trying to get as much speed as possible over this changing surface.
Two left last sided.
It looks like he might have found his limit.
Open. Cut 2 left last tighten.
The Subaru has an electronic gear change system, and that allows him to recover from that unfortunate moment without losing too much time.
3 left tighten.
Rallying is a family affair for the Solbergs. Here's the world champion's brother, Henning. And incredibly, his time over stage 2 is exactly the same as his younger brother's. Another Solberg, Christian Solberg this time, and no relation. Driving for Mitsubishi, his first event as a works driver, and it's proving something of a challenge. The car's looking a little the worse for wear after that confrontation with a slowback. On stage 2, things don't get any better. The Finns off into the scenery again. Experienced co-driver Kaz Lindstrom doesn't look too happy. Marco Martin was 4th fastest on stage 1. This, the Focus's first real test on snow. And the car's rising to the challenge. He's 2nd quickest on stage 2, even though he stalled at the start line. It was a podium finish for Francois Duval in Monte Carlo, but he's been relegated to the team's 3rd car here. That means he can't score in manufacturer's points. Ford instead drafted in Finn Jari Tokino.
Vasen
This
eri
is almost
aukeaa.
his backyard, so he's had more experience of these conditions.
Oikein täys. 5 hyppy vasenlaisen
But early
täys.
signs suggest the decision's paid off.
Nyt
He's
oikein
going
miinus
past the
2
opening 2 stages.
200. Lyhyt vasen nopea.
Spanish sun is far more familiar to Carlos Sainz than these cold climbs. Even so, he's the driver with the most experience in this rally. And as the telemetry system shows, that experience translates to speed on this incredibly fast event.
Izquierda, izquierda, rápida, ojo, corta, en
Sainz,
sector,
second
izquierda,
fastest on
poco.
stage 1,
Acaba
is
rasante
ahead
para
of the pack
uno.
on stage 2.
Derecha, rápida, ojo, corta, en rasante para uno, corto. Izquierda.
The Spaniard is 3.3 seconds behind the leader, Marcus Grönholm. Citroens and Fords feature prominently on the leaderboard, ahead of the Subarus of Hirvonen and Petter Solberg. Francois Duval is just outside the points, and it's a disappointing start for Peugeot's Freddy Loix and Gilles Panizzi in the Mitsubishi.
Before this rally, teams employed gravel crews who went through the stages hours before they were run. This last-minute information on the condition of the road surface was then added to the co-drivers' pace notes. But a change to the rules now bans their use, so the drivers could find themselves on unfamiliar terrain here in Sweden.
86
What
minus
with the thaw
right.
exposing ice and gravel patches, and later the chance that the snow could return.
So in this kind of condition, it's not a problem. But if the temperature are being higher and you have some mud and some ice on different places, it can be important to have gravel crew. Yes.
Does Marco back off a tiny bit when you don't know quite what's to be expected?
No, I don't think you can afford to back off, but let's say we didn't take maximum risks in there. We were relatively steady first thing this morning, and I think the time reflected that.
In stage 1, for instance, there were some big pieces of gravel just behind crests and so on. We had an amendment on the last stage about some logs. It's impossible to find where they are in the pace notes just from a kilometre reference.
One thing all the drivers drivers are happy about is the grip provided by their narrow studded tyres, as Nicky Grist explains.
A wide gravel tyre would not be a wise choice on this event. They would not give any grip at all. But for this event only, they use a special tyre with 380 studs to grip the ice, but also a lot narrower. The small contact area with the weight of the car forces it down into the loose snow, getting to the hard ice down below.
And with 90% snow and ice on the next stage, that's exactly what the drivers need. This is the monster. Grand Baguette is the longest stage in the whole championship. Leader Marcus Gronholm's now nearly halfway through the 52-kilometre stage, but he seems to be losing a bit of speed.
We have steering problem, no power steering.
It's a new car, of course, and as you'd expect, there's more development work yet to do. But this is damaging Gronholm's chances of a third successive Swedish victory. Look how he's struggling to control the car. It's not just a case of losing the lead, he's likely to tumble down the table.
Marcus, you lost the lead and a lot of time. What happened out there?
I have no power steering anymore and 20 kilometers without, so I am quite tired now.
Clouds and silver linings, the chances then for Sebastian Loeb to prosper. His pace on Grand Baguette moves him up to second overall. Carlos Sainz too sees his opportunity to take the lead. The Spaniard's been second here 4 times and knows he'd make history if he, a Southern European, finally took this Swedish crown from the Scandinavians. But he's not as fast as his Citroën teammates. Marco Martin's not one to let this kind of chance slip by. He's blazing his way through the snow. This stage is famously fast, and this year the top drivers are averaging 140 kilometres per hour over the first half. It's like lower speeds on time course like this.
100, 6 minus right fast.
The telemetry shows high gears.
80, 6 minus
speeds.
left, 40, 5 minus left, 20, 3 minus left slow.
Times passes Solberg. Some of Tom Mackinnon's teaching must have paid off. His best result in Sweden is 6th. This year he wants more. He's second fastest on the stage behind Martin. So Solberg and Martin clearly getting to grip with the snow and ice. This rally more than any other demands a unique driving style.
Absolutely. To win the Swedish rally, a driver has to be totally committed on the very high-speed sections of the event.
But what specialist skills do the drivers need?
Well, the experts in this icy challenge use the snowbanks at the roadsides to bounce the car back online. Now, Marcus is a 3-time winner. Now, he can show you exactly how this is done.
But can the drivers always use the snowbanks like that?
No, not everywhere. If they use these snowbanks on the slower corners, they can lose more time than they would have gained, as some drivers have found out in the past. Now here's Gronholm getting on a series of slower corners. Just look how he keeps it neat and tidy, clipping the apex and staying on the centre of the road.
Now presumably when it's as slippery as this, you need to get your braking right.
Absolutely. You don't only just use the brakes to slow the car, but also to set it up in a corner. Now just look how he's dabbing the foot brake to turn the car at the bend. Now the red light is the foot brake, and the orange light is the handbrake, which he uses to turn the car on very tight bends and junctions.
It's all change at the top of the leaderboard because Marcus Gronholm's mechanical problems have dropped him down to 7th. While Solberg, Sainz and Loeb are jostling for podium positions, Marco Martin has now opened up a useful lead as the cars head back to service.
It was good for us. It was very good conditions, snow and ice, so it was very enjoyable to drive, and I think we made most of it.
Over at Peugeot, the mechanics managed to repair Gronholm's power steering ahead of the second run along the Grand Baguette stage.
The Peugeot wasn't the only car with mechanical problems. Earlier, Mitsubishi engineers had to change the gearboxes in both cars. Here's one of them, Christian Solberg. Last time we saw him, he was having some trouble on stages 1 and 2. As we've just seen, on fast sections, drivers can use snowbanks to bounce cars back on course. Or not, as the case may be. Currently, it's snowbanks 2, Solberg 0. But at least he's still going. As his teammate Shea Panizzi. But by the looks of him and his co-driver, something's wrong. Carlos Sainz doesn't hang about to find out what. Unlike Solberg, for Panizzi it's not ice but fire that's the problem.
So your flames were coming out the back of your car. What's the problem?
We lose a third gear and after maybe more, and the engine, the problem is the engine stop just here, and we cannot go out of the stage.
That engine problem ends Panizzi's rally. Marcus Gronholm, having resolved his steering problem, puts the Peugeot's top speed to the test. Like the 206, the 307 looks as if it has power aplenty.
Short fall
So
right,
too the
2
Focus.
left heavy.
Marco Martin's enjoying Grand Baguette. As he sets another fastest time. The Estonian can give a few of the Scandinavians a point or two about winter rally driving. Meanwhile, in the other Ford, Yannick Medino's proving his worth. He's ahead of regular work driver Francois Duval in the overall standings. Never expect perfection, though. As for Sebastian Loeb, what a difference a year makes. Last year he was 18 till the end of day 1, so this is a marked improvement, thanks in part to the lack of deep-lying snow. But not everyone's happy with the weather. Carlos Sainz on extra long studs has been caught out by rain late in the day, exposing more muddy gravel.
Carlos, at the start of the stage, your split times were good, and then they've got worse towards the end.
No studs at the end.
At the end of the day, Sainz has slipped to 4th position. Following the short Hackborn sprint stage, Peter Solberg is 3rd, Sebastian Loeb 2nd, while Marco Martin has now extended that lead.
Marco, you must be exceedingly happy with a 23-second lead.
Yes, it's a very good lead. It's definitely more than I expected yesterday. But no, it's been a good day. Absolutely no problems with the car, luckily, and only one driver mistake at the start of the 2nd stage when I stalled the engine. So, and that was lucky as well. It didn't cost us much time.
Day 2 is who can catch Marco Martin. He leads by over 23 seconds. He becomes the first non-Scandinavian to win here. After the thaw of day 1, the drivers were greeted by a healthy covering of snow this morning, which raised questions over tyre choice.
You're the expert on the snow?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm an expert, but maybe I have wrong tires and I should have taken the snow out, but I didn't know the conditions exactly here. So.
But Peter Solberg had other things on his mind.
Pat, you're looking a bit worried. What's the problem?
The response doesn't work on the car now. It's so we have to drive without the extra boost on the car, and we try to sort it out, but it's impossible. It's too bad.
Think it's game over?
No, it's not game over, but I'm gonna lose a lot of time.
Picture postcard perfect, but it's not the views that the drivers are interested in. Subaru had been delighted with day 1, but now Peter Solberg says he's down on acceleration and that'll cost him time. And that fireworks an unwanted distraction.
Opens up long, 80.
Now I'm not sure he's going the right way.
Keep going right, through the tape.
Come on, come!
Good night.
with a little help from his friends, he gets out. But it costs
Right
him
of a
a
crest,
minute.
into 6 left of a crest, extra long.
Freddie Loix hasn't been living up to his Fast Freddy nickname in Sweden, and now he's under pressure to perform. But here he's losing control. And that sounds like it could have caused some damage. As the pressure mounts, it seems that the driver errors are increasing. And he's not helped, of course, by the ultra-slippery new snow.
What happened?
We took it in the snowbank and we went to the outside and hit a tree. The speed was not so high anymore, but okay, we had quite a little bit damage. Yes.
Just compare the fortunes of the struggling Loix with those of his Peugeot teammates. Look at his speed. 178 kilometres per hour. The conditions very much to Marcus Gronholm's liking, with 2 stage wins in a row. Carlos Sainz starts the day with 2 good stage runs too. He's second fastest on stage 7. But he still trails teammate Sebastian Loeb. Let's have a look at his pace on the fast straight. 174, not quite as quick as Gronholm. His best result in Sweden is 7th, and he's now running in second place. It's been a frustrating morning for leader Marco Martin. Not so much on the stages, but between them. He was handed his departure card just seconds before he was due to start. It seems there was a lot of confusion amongst the marshals. But Martin keeps his cool in the freezing forest. Keeps low at bay.
Minus left, into 5 right.
Michael, some excitement for you at the beginning of the stage this morning.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you want when you're preparing to start a stage. There seemed to be a problem. The marshals were indicating there was a problem. The start sequence on the clocks hadn't started. We usually get an amber light at 30 seconds to let us know the start sequence had started, but that didn't appear, so I had no time card. I was looking back at the marshals, and Marco noticed some lights, and he said, have we got to go? And I still had no time card at this point. And then the marshals thrust the time card in with less than 5 seconds to go, and that was us started, and it's not really ideal.
Petter, you've dropped some places this morning. What happened?
Well, the car wasn't okay out from service. The engine was not. We didn't have any anti-lag system. But then I tried to drive around the problem, and then I went off a little bit, and I lost too much time. And I hope they can sort it out now.
With Petter having a few problems, dropping down the order, it's meaning that you can pull back a bit of time. You can push on a bit.
No, Petter had nothing to do with me. I tried to catch the others, so we will see.
Think you got much speed left? Can you really go quick today?
No. There is no speed left. Maximum.
Is that you or the car?
I don't know. I can't go faster. We are out of the road if I try to push harder.
Gronholm moves up 2 places to 4th, thanks in part to Solberg's misfortunes. He's now dropped 3 places to 6th. Martin still leads the way, ahead of the 2 Citroens. There are no longer any Works Mitsubishis in the rally. More gearbox problems before the start of the day's stages meant that Christian Solberg couldn't continue.
We've already seen how the specialist skills of the drivers are tested in Sweden, how they set up for corners and use snowbanks. But this is also a rally where the power of the cars is vitally important.
Here we've taken 1 car from each of the teams remaining in the rally. It's quite interesting to see the new 307 pulling out in front. And the Ford last year that had the best engine is trailing in 3rd place.
Gronholm's put the Peugeot's power to good use already today, winning both stages so far. 6 more to go on day 2. For the rally fans, no stage is too distant. Have snowmobile, will travel. And Subaru's young Finn Mikko Hirvonen is really travelling in Sweden. He's only competed here once before, but he's 3rd fastest over the jumps and jolts of stage 8. As for Francois Duval, he has a point to prove. And if he can't score them for Ford, he can build on his own good start to the championship. man is tasked with earning the manufacturer's points. Yannick Turhino is 3 places above Duval and earning his drive. A little moment with a snowbank, but he's still 6th fastest on the stage. But it's Marcus Grönholm who's taking the plaudits on day 2. A belated birthday gift for the Finn, who was 36 last week. He's competing in his favourite rally, and despite that steering problem yesterday, showing once again that he's a man to beat on these fast, snow-covered roads. Now, King Carlos Sainz too describes the Swedish rally as his favourite event.
Izquierda rápido, poco de izquierda, rápido, uno. Izquierda rápida, menos corto, decir, al rasante, dos.
Looks as though he's misjudged this.
¡Ahí va!
Yet another contretemps with a snowbank.
Izquierda rápida, menos se cierra poco el rasante y rada a fondo para uno. Hay que quitarlo.
But something's still not right
Que
here.
no, que hay que quitar el radiador, la nieve del radiador. Vale, pues vale.
One of the many dangers of this event is snow getting in the radiator. It freezes and the car heats up. Mark Marty's just the man to clear it away. Now there's an issue with the intercom, and Sainz is having to drive without the benefit of pace notes. Marty's finally back in audio contact.
No. Este es el final, el antiguo final.
But he doesn't know where he is in his notes. Nowhere near such an eventful stage for Citroën teammate Sebastian Loeb, sitting pretty in 2nd. But here is the rally leader, Marco Martin.
Crest.
A dub on the brakes here and there, but otherwise he's flat out in high gears over the jumps.
46 right crest. 150 jump maybe. 80 crest minus 84 plus.
Martin's lead is now 30 seconds. The big mover is Carlos Sainz, but he's going in the wrong direction, down to 7th from 3rd position.
Stage 9's a real challenge, too much of a challenge for privateer Christian Kohlberg, here making an unconventional exit. Even the top drivers need to be at their best to tackle this twisting, rutted stage. Francois Duval's only competed in Sweden twice and retired last year. And it looks like he's got a problem here.
Stefan to supervision of the road. Car is okay, but we are in a ditch. We try to get it out. We do our best.
It's a cold job, though, and a lengthy one. The real challenge here isn't just being fast. It's as much a matter of staying on the road, and it's so easy to make a mistake. Mikko Hirvonen now dragged into the snow like Duval.
Come on, push, push, push!
No time for pleasantries. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz's torrid morning isn't over either. The spectators are warning him of trouble ahead. There's Hirvonen, and he's pulling out. Forcing Sainz now into the snow. Hirvonen just can't have seen him. But I doubt he'll be on Sainz's Christmas card list.
While the mechanics look for signs of damage, Sainz is clearly still frustrated.
Unfortunately, Hirvonen went off the road, lost 6 minutes, and just when I was going to come and pass him, he jumped on the road at the same time when I was passing, so I have to go off the road to do not hit him, and obviously lost some time, and the filter was blocked as well, so not very good.
The Ford Focus of Francois Duval also requires some attention, and with so many drivers having difficulties in the snow, the rally leader knows he needs to be careful.
Marco, the last two stages caught a few people out, but not you.
Yeah, I think that was the plan, not to make mistakes, and we managed okay. So Sebastian was very quick on the last one, and I could see his lines, he was taking risks, so I prefer to be on the safe side on that one. It's a very tricky stage.
The top 5 positions remain unchanged. Jana Tuahino still doing a great job backing up his teammate, while Freddie Leitz appears in a point-scoring position for the first time in the rally. Mikko Hirvonen is now out of the points and down in 13th, and Francois Duval has even bigger problems. He is way down in 53rd position.
This is the longest day of the rally, and it's proving not just long, but hard. Petter Solberg's immediate battle is with Jani Tuahino, 5 seconds ahead of him. The car's sideways up, and Solberg's off.
Okay.
On stage 11, the car's carrying evidence of that collision with the snowbank.
In 22 right minus tangents.
And the road's catching him out again. But a speedier recovery this time round.
20, slow, keep left of a crest.
Marco Martin's under pressure from the chasing pack. He's trying to defend his 22-second lead. Now, this is the stretch of road where Solberg had his moment. And the same outcome. No, this is much worse. The lead's slipping away. It must be agonising for Martin.
Push. John, looks like we've knocked a wheel off. We're blocking the road at the moment, blocking the road.
That car sounds dreadful. And looks far worse. It's a distinctly uncomfortable journey.
Don't know where we are on the notes, mate.
And a slow one. Martin courteously letting the other drivers by, despite the terrible disappointment of knowing that his leader's gone.
Marco, it's pretty obvious what's happened. How did it happen?
It just slid a bit wide into a snowbank, and there was I just kept full throttle to come back on the road, and there was a big rock hidden in a snowbank, and it just knocked the wheel off.
The Ford manages to limp through to service. But there's virtually no chance now of Martin putting an end to Ford's 26-year record without a win in Sweden.
I am very disappointed. It's easy mistake to happen here.
Do you think this would have happened if you'd had the gravel crews, the ice notes?
No. It's just a driver's mistake. I mean, I think everybody else have been in the same ditch, but I just happened to spend more time there than necessary, and there was just rock in the snow.
But there's no time now for the mechanics to dwell on lost opportunity and more bad luck for their #1 driver.
So Marco Martin out of the lead and even out of the points. Monte Carlo winner Sebastian Loeb is the new rally leader, and now Marcus Grönholm will even be hoping for a 4th win here in 5 years. Jana Tuahino is on for a podium finish. Marco Martin will be looking for a great final day to get amongst the points.
The fans are out in force on such a dramatic day, and they're enjoying it, even if Marco Martin isn't. For Marcus Grönholm, happiness is driving on the edge, so long as he doesn't drive over the edge. A spin at 100 kilometers per hour. Was that nervous laughter? That high-speed spin has taken its toll on the car. A dramatic big jump for Jarno Tuhino, who's fully justified Ford's faith in him. Here he's pushing hard, knowing Petter Solberg's not far behind him. And the pressure tells. But he's up and off again pretty swiftly.
We try to come flat out, but there is split time and Petter is very, very fast. Some split is 14 seconds faster than us, but we do what we can.
Solberg's actually half a minute faster over the stage as a whole. And putting on a spectacular performance. And now Carlos Sainz is breathing down Tuhino's neck. He's in fifth. For his teammate Sebastian Loeb, the new rally leader of course, day 3 will be about holding his nerve and holding his position.
Petter Solberg was the winner of the day's final stage, the short Hagfors sprint, increasing his advantage over Tuhino. Freddie Loix retired on stage 12, leaving Marco Martin with the scant consolation of a place on the leaderboard. Otherwise, all positions were held, so Loeb ends the day as leader.
Tomorrow we have 6 stages to go, so we have to keep concentrated, not to make a mistake, not to lose too much time. So I think we have to continue to push a little bit and to look what Marcus is doing.
Loeb's advantage is 40.6 seconds, but as day 2 has shown, in the Swedish rally, you're just as snowbanks with the wake of disaster. As the only true snow rally of the season, it's no surprise that in its 50-year history, the Swedish rally has only ever been won by Scandinavians. In the 60s, 70s and 80s, the home drivers reigned supreme. Bjorn Waldegard notched up 5 wins, while Stig Blomqvist has claimed an incredible 7 victories. More recently, the Finns have started to get in on the act. Tommy Mäkinen was a 3-time winner here in the 90s, while Marcus Grönholm has won 3 of the last 4 Swedish rallies for Peugeot. But is the Scandinavian era about to end? A day of destiny for Sebastian Loeb, who leads by just over 40 seconds from Finland's Grönholm. Is the French driver feeling the weight of history?
It's always a pressure when you are leading a race and you want to finish in this position, but no, I think for the moment, I think only on the race we think after.
Merci. Marcus, Scandinavia against France today. Can you beat Sebastian Loeb?
No, the gap is too big, I think. Will be difficult.
What about a Frenchman winning on your surface snow? This is Scandinavian country.
Yeah, why not? He's good and it's not our surface, it's everybody's.
Finland's Jarno Tuhino, who lies 4th, and Norway's Petter Solberg in 3rd, will also be doing their bit for Scandinavia.
But the best chance for the Northern European drivers lies with Marcus Grönholm. To make up 40 seconds sounds a tough task, but as day 2 proved, anything can happen on snow.
One thing you can guarantee with Marcus Grönholm, he's going to give it everything. Unfortunately here, just 6 centimetres too deep, he clips the snowbank on the inside and spins.
Yet another mistake. Grönholm loses half a minute, and perhaps his chance to win here.
Marcus, there's damage to the front of the car. How do you do it?
I had to spin again.
Clearly a very unhappy Grönholm. And that error, if Sebastian Loeb knows about it, takes the pressure off the rally leader.
Without a doubt, the team will have been formed in what Grönholm spin. And this driver is very smooth and very efficient when he's driving quickly. In these conditions now, it's just drive to the finish. Drives very, very cleanly, keeping the car on the icy line that you can see forming in the snow in front of him. This is dead easy for Sebastian Loeb.
Sixth, of course, had another driver in the points. Carlos Sainz is using ice tyres to take 4th place Jarno Tuhino. He's looking ahead to the next two stages where he thinks they'll help him. Here, though, he fears they may cost him time. Do they? Yes, they do. Sainz takes 4th place. With fresh snow falling, the crews have to be careful on the public roads too. They'll be driving nearly 1,600 kilometres between the stages overall and spend most of their time on these road sections. That battle between Carlos Sainz and the Citroën of Ford's Yanni Tuihino is heating up the snowbound stages. And the snow seems to justify Tuihino's tyre choice. He's fast on 15. Remember, Sainz is just under a second in front. Can he reclaim his 4th place? Yes, he does it. His tyre strategy seems to be working. But on the following stage, Sainz fights back. He can't regain that hotly contested 4th place, but he does cut the lead to 0.2 of a second. Just a snowflake separates them. Petter Solberg is being pursued by Tuihino and is chasing 2nd place Marcus Gronholm. Pressure on both sides, but the world champion stays 3rd. And Gronholm, who led the rally in its first 2 stages, is attacking again. He's fastest on stage 16, his 6th stage win. Marco Martin's been in overall lead too. But after a rare mistake, he tumbled down the table, but now moves up a place to 7th. And the man who inherited that rally lead, Sebastian Loeb, continues his deliberate progress through the stages. No record-breaking times, but more importantly, no car-wrecking mistakes.
So Loeb's lead over Gronholm now up to a minute. Solberg is on his own in 3rd, but the big battle of the day has been that for 4th place, with Yanni Tuihino currently edging out Carlos Sainz. The gap a minuscule 0.2 seconds. With just fractions of a second between the two drivers, Citroën and Ford spy on each other in an effort to get the edge on the crucial tyre choices for the remaining 3 stages. But whatever the outcome of this battle, Ford are delighted with Tuihino's performance in Sweden.
I think the good thing is that Yanni's had a run through those stages now. He's got a bit more experience, and I think we've seen as the event's gone on, he's got more and more confidence in the car. Because he stepped into it. He didn't have a lot of testing, and as you say, he's done a very, very good job.
Sebastian, very quick on asphalt, very quick on gravel, and now very, very quick on snow. You must be very pleased.
Yes, for sure. It's very surprise for everybody, but not for me, because I know that Sebastian it's very fast in every surface.
Fun in the snow for the fans at the Swedish rally, and indeed for Sebastian Loeb. He's starting to look like the outstanding driver of the new generation. Behind him, teammate Carlos Sainz is at the centre of a snowstorm, locking horns with Yanni Tuihino. Their private contest is finely balanced. Remember, Tuihino just 0.2 of a second ahead. What can he do here? It's looking close. Incredible! The pair are inseparable over the stage. And Petter Solberg's 5 seconds slower than Sainz and Tuihino. So he's now only 20 seconds ahead of 4th place Tuihino.
Better second time to the stage. What tyres did you pick?
I picked snow tyre and completely wrong, completely wrong.
He hasn't been the only one to regret his tyre choice. Carlos Sainz is now behind Yanni Tuihino in the battle for 4th place, needing a good final 2 stages to snatch it back. It doesn't sound like it's Sainz's day. He's radioing the team to alert them that the car's running on only 3 cylinders. This will give Tuahino some breathing space. Ford's young Finn has had a superb rally, and after that neck-and-neck battle with Sainz, he's got the chance now to get his head in front. Yes, the time difference overall is now 13 seconds. If Petter Solberg was feeling under pressure from Tuahino, he's certainly not showing it on this stage. He's going faster still, and now that 3rd place is beginning to look secure. But the stage winner is Marcus Gronholm. This gives him a comfortable cushion between himself and Petter Solberg. After those costly driver errors, though, there was nothing he could do to catch Sebastian Loeb.
Loeb is on the verge of making history. Gronholm and Solberg will surely now be more concerned with holding their own positions. And here's confirmation of the daylight between Tuahino and Sainz.
So, on to the final stage of the Swedish rally. And it hasn't been an easy day for Marco Martin. Hungover with misery after a rare mistake cost him the lead he held for so long. He finishes 7th. 1 place behind the highest placed privateer. Henning Solberg, elder brother of world champion Petter. Carlos Sainz's car has lost a cylinder, but he does make it through to the end of the stage, dropping 20 seconds, but keeping 5th place. Tuahino then won the duel for 4th place. This is his best ever World Rally Championship finish on his first ever factory drive. And it fully justifies Ford's faith in him. And it's a best ever result in Sweden for Norwegian Petter Solberg, perhaps thanks to the one-on-one tuition he's had with Tommy Mäkinen, a 3-times winner here. Solberg is 3rd.
This is like a victory for me in Sweden. It's been very, very difficult, but still, you know, my performance on snow, it's 100 times better than last year, so I can't complain.
Marcus Gronholm clocked his 8th stage win, and that goes to show his speed on snow. But how he must rule all those errors. This specialist event is a real test of a car's ability, though, and the new 307's been on the pace.
Stage is clear for Marcus.
Out in front, though, on his own from stage 11 of the Swedish rally, Sebastian Loeb.
His rivals must be thinking, this year's championship's going in one direction, and that's Loeb's. His first win on gravel is not far away, but making history here has shown that he's outclassed the best drivers that Europe has produced over the years. He's not only fast, but makes no mistakes. That's a winning combination.
So it's a victory for France in Sweden. Sebastian Loeb is the star of the North.
To be the first non-Scandinavian to win is very nice, because it proves that there are not only the Scandinavians who can go fast in this kind of roads.
In the end, it turned out to be a fairly comfortable win for Sebastian Loeb, 46 seconds ahead of Marcus Gronholm. Petter Solberg grabbed the final podium position ahead of Janne Tuahino, but the 28-year-old Finn completed a great job in Sweden, holding off Carlos Sainz and outscoring his Ford teammate Marco Martin.
Congratulations, Sebastian. A great victory for you.
Thank you. I'm very, very happy to win here, because in Sweden it was it's more than we could expect before, so very happy.
Marcus, not the win that you wanted, but the first podium for the 307.
Yeah, that's the first podium, yes, and but not a clean run this time. Once again, we had problem in mountain. Now again with the car a little bit. Then I was fighting back and maybe trying a little bit too much to catch Loeb, and we did our spins, and okay, but second it's okay.
A long way to go, of course, but Sebastian Loeb is already delivering a clear message to his championship rivals. Marcus Gronholm already seems comfortable with his new 307, and he's second in the table. Marco Martin is the only other driver into double figures. Citroën have taken over the lead in the manufacturer's table from Ford. A solid start for Peugeot with their new car, but there's plenty of work to do at Mitsubishi. Both their cars failed to finish here. And more cause for celebration at Citroën, with Loeb being chosen as the Inmarsat star of the rally. Co-driver Daniel Eleanor sharing the spoils. Lowe are the contenders for this one, as Loeb creates a little piece of history, illuminating Sweden with his driving skills. And from the sub-zero temperatures of Sweden to the heat and dust of Mexico. It's round 3 of the WRC, a whole new experience for the teams as they tackle some exciting gravel stages near Leon. In the meantime, they can all concern themselves with the question of how to stop the Sebastian Loeb bandwagon. And for all your WRC questions, check out the official website at WRC.com. But for now, it's goodbye from Sweden.
Okay.